Hello, and welcome to our qualifiers results showcase. Um, so we decided to revert back to round of 16. So only the top 16 seeds are going to qualify for the bracket stage. Um, and I guess let's get right into it with seed number 16, who's going to be Richo. I believe I pronounced that correctly, with some standout performances, especially on the accuracy-based map, getting top 5 with 89.5% accuracy. And on the DT1 and Nomad 4, more of the speedy picks, I guess. I mean, Richo is a speed player after all. Uh, More of a carry performance, I think, as they struggled on quite a few maps, like Nomad 3, Hidden 2, HR2, the more gimmicky maps, I guess. Getting an average score of 354,000 and an average placement of 16.6, which is, I guess, bang on for Seed 16. Yeah, not really an all-rounder performance, more of a carry performance, getting top 10 on HR1 as well. No FCs, unfortunately, but some really decent scores. Getting basically the same score on Nomad 2 and Nomad 3. Suffering a lot on Hidden 2, but I guess you can ban that in bracket stage anyways. So, yeah, I think we can expect some good performance from Richo, especially if he can capitalize on the accuracy picks and get consistently good acts. I think he could make it far. But let's get right into seed number 15, who's going to be Arnold, and a bit of a surprise, already a top 3 performance on the Hidden 2, which is a bit surprising at seed 15. Also, Arnold being one of the higher ranks, it's a bit of a surprise, but I guess he was kind of sight reading the poll. Maybe not enough warm up. That DT2 seed 33 is really low, especially for someone like Arnold. But I think overall, pretty good performances. Like most of the maps, I got top 14 on. A bit of a struggle, HR1. But yeah, that HD2 carrying a lot. Although overall, I guess mostly just top 14 and a bit of a struggle on the DT2 and the HR1. The average score is 414,000 though, which is like 60,000 more than seed 16. I think Arnold has a pretty good average score, even higher than I think the next few seeds. And the average placement is pretty much bang on for seed 15. It's 15.18. But yeah, I think Arnold didn't really practice that much. Also getting top 15 on the accuracy pick. So maybe he's gonna make it further in the tournament than just top 15. But yeah, let's go next to seed number 14, which is going to be Vitya 1437. That's a fitting name considering they got seed 14. And this person played the qualifiers just a few hours ago, and they managed to clutch it up again with the carry performances on the hiddens and the accuracy pick. Really solid, top 4 on hidden 1, top 6 on both HD2 and the accuracy pick. And the average sum of placements is 15, with, you can see, 390,000 average score, which is a lot lower than Arnold's, but just better carry performances, or I guess more carry performances, and not struggling as much. Most of their scores were in like the top 20 range. But yeah, I guess this is a pretty good all-round performance. Also, yeah, we're going to be reverting to round of 16 because we did not have enough players for round of 32 for that to be interesting, unfortunately. But yeah, I think Vitya can be pretty good as well, especially if you can capitalize on the hidden picks mostly. But yeah, let's get right into seed number 13, which is going to be Handsome Me. Pretty decent overall performance. A few more carry performances here as well, but really good all round as well, getting top 20 on almost everything except for the no mod one, which I guess might have just been a shit miss or something in the middle of the map. But yeah, getting top 5 on HD1 and DT2, which is an interesting combination, and performing really well on the hard rocks as well, getting top 7 and top 8. Still lower average score than Arnold in Seed 15 with 408,000, but the average placement is 13.5, which is like 1.5 above the previous seed. So yeah, I think this is just, again, a pretty good all-round performance, getting top 20 on 3 of the maps, which is of course not in the top 16, but the other carry performances really made up for that, getting into the top 10 on 4 maps. So yeah, pretty decent on Hard Rock and DT as well, and the Hidden one. Bit of a struggle on the Hidden too, but I mean, 300k is not bad considering how hard that map is. So yeah, Handsome Me in seed 13, and let's get into seed 12, which is going to be chests. And as you can see, average sum of placements 13.45. So just barely ahead, but the average score is a lot better. And again, you can see a top 3 in a really early seed, seed 12, and getting top 3 on DT2. Getting into the top 10 on Nomad 2, Nomad 3, Hidden 2, and the accuracy. I guess a bit more of a gimmicky focused player. Like, I don't really know how well chess plays in terms of gimmick, but yeah, struggling a lot on DT1 and Hard Rock 2, which were both, I guess, really hard maps. A bit of a struggle in the Nomad 1 and the Nomad 4 as well. I assume those were just more of a ship miss situation. But yeah, I feel like this is again more of a carry performance than an all-rounder performance. But I mean, as long as you can ban your weaknesses out, it shouldn't really hurt you that much. So I think chests can also make it far, pretty decent scores. Let's go next, which is going to be seed 11, and is Deska. I don't really know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. But again, really close to the previous seed with 13.27 average placement. And again, a top 3 really early on Nomad 1 with 930k, I believe. That's an FC with pretty good accuracy. I'm assuming that's like 96, 97 ac. This one, however, is not really a carry performance. It's more of an all-rounder performance, as they got into the top 20 on almost every single map. Bit of a weakness on the hidden pool again. Getting a really good score on HR1. And yeah, the rest of the maps were just pretty good all around, I guess. Not that much to say. Of course, Nomad 3 getting a top 10 with 740k. I feel like Nomad 3 was pretty much the easiest map in the pool, at least to FC. It was more of an accuracy battle, I feel like. But yeah, Seed 11, pretty strong all-round performance. Let's get into the top 10 though already. So Seed 10. Let's see, Seed 10 is going to be Scroll. And again, pretty good performance. Average sum of placements is 12. So again, a huge gap to Seed 11. Pretty good average score, already getting close to 500k with 464,000. Pretty good scores. I believe the Nomad 3 score is an FC with relatively low accuracy. I'm not sure if the Nomad 4 is an FC, but that's, again, a really decent score. And I feel like Scroll did really well on basically every single map, apart from the accuracy-based map, where they got C26 and maybe a bit of a shit miss on the Nomad 1 as well. as they got 500k score. So I assume they kind of missed in the middle of the map or something. But yeah, pretty solid performance, getting top 7 on Hidden 1 and Hard Rock 2, which I feel like was probably the hardest map in the pool, as it was the map with the lowest top score, and I feel like it was one of the 2 maps that weren't FC'd, like, at all. But yeah, pretty solid performance, for like good all around, except for maybe the accuracy, but again, they might just be able to make up for that in the bracket stage, where we might have some bit of a different accuracy-based maps, like maybe Sliderator or something like Polyrhythm, for example. But yeah, let's go next, which is going to be seed number 9. And seed number 9 is going to be Defi. And again, a top 3 performance, this time on No Mod 2. People are really showing up in the top 3s, even in the lower seeds, which is kind of crazy. And an average sum of placements, 11.91. That's 0.09 above scroll. So that's barely clenching top 9. With a lower average score as well, 457,000. But I feel like this was again more of a carry performance, as we can see definitely lacking in the hidden department quite a lot, getting top 24 on Hidden 1 and top 26 on Hidden 2. It was definitely struggling a lot. But again, a really strong score on the DT1, getting top 5, and I believe that's not an FC. Not. Yeah, I mean definitely that's not an FC, because that would have to be like 88% AC. So that's definitely not. Overall, I guess solid performances, except for Hidden. But Defi was definitely shining on the Noma 2 and the DT1, so that made up for the hidden blunders. So yeah, that was the bottom half of the qualified players. Now let's get into the top 8. So seed 8 is going to be next, which is going to be Defi's opponent, actually. So let's see, that is going to be Lolo234, aka Kurumi. Again, an average sum of placements of 11.82, which is again 0.09 above Defi. So that's again really close. And an even lower average score of 422k. But again, a top 3 performance. I guess this is just going to be the standard from here on. And on HR2, which was, in my opinion, the hardest map in the pool. Getting 500k on that is really decent. Bit of a struggle on the Nomad 3 and the Nomad 4, which I think was more due to shit misses, rather than just not being able to play hidden like Defi. So I think this is going to be pretty decent overall. Top 11 on the accuracy pick as well, getting 88.5%, which is kind of, I guess, bang on in the middle. Many people got in between 88 and 89% on the accuracy pick, and it was pretty close for quite a few people. But yeah, overall getting top 14, top 16. The 222s on the Nomad 3 and the Nomad 4, and the rest are basically within the top 10. Again, solid Nomad 1 score as well. A pretty good Nomad 2 score, considering it was a pretty hard map. And Lolo got half the score on Nomad 2 than he got on Nomad 1, and still got a better seed, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I think definitely a contender for the top 8 in the bracket stage as well. Maybe even top 6, but we'll have to see, because the competition is really strong. So let's take a look at seed number 7, which is going to be A21, and again a top 3, but not only that, a top 2 as well. On the accuracy pick as well, 91.5%. Is really decent, getting top 2 and top 3 on Nomad 3 with a solid FC. Bit of a lower accuracy, but Nomad 3 was basically, like, the main difficulty was accuracy on Nomad 3 anyways. Pretty decent average sum of placements with 10.45, and we're not going to talk about the average score. Don't look at it, because it's just bad. Yeah, again, solid overall performances. Bit of a struggle on HR2 and DT1, um, which, well, it's a bit strange considering what scores they got. Like performing well on HR2 and DT2, and then just not really being there on their counterparts. But I guess overall, really solid performance and more of an all-rounder, I guess. Apart from maybe the HR2 and the DT1, but the HR2 was kind of an RNG map as well, because if they got like a higher combo, it would just shoot up the seedings. Whereas if you were breaking constantly, it was just not a good time. Yeah, pretty solid performance. And let's get into the top six. Seed number 6 is going to be Manivat. Now, this person is insane. First one to break the 500k in the average score, and the average sum of placements bang on 10.00. This person is a crazy tournament player. I've heard that they're a gimmick player as well. So yeah, no surprise getting top 3 on DT1. Yeah, that's an FC. It's a really solid score, and only top 3, by the way, on the map. Nomad 3, I believe that was an FC as well, bit of a lower accuracy, but still getting top 4. Really strong on both the Hard Rock pools and the DT pool as well. Getting top 7 on DT2, top 6 on the HR2. Bit of a struggle on the Hidden again, and the Nomad one, which again I think might have just been a shit miss. So yeah, bit of a meh Nomad pool. Not that good of a Hidden pool, but really strong on the Hard Rock and the DT mod pools. Getting top 14 on the accuracy pick with again 88.5. I mean that's not bad. It was really close. So overall, I think this is a really solid performance, and maybe we could see Maniva challenging for the top spots in this tournament. That would be honestly really cool. They're really good at the game. I was surprised actually. Like I know they were good at the game, but I didn't expect them to be this insane. And we are only on seed number 6 now. Let's go to seed number 5, which is going to be Henry. Bit of a surprise, but also not. So here we see the first top score, which is on Hidden 2 by Henry. Not quite an FC, but 800k, that's really decent on a map like that. And 2 top 2s to accompany that on Nomad 1 and Nomad 4, both really decent FCs. Just a pretty good carry performance this time around from Henry. Not really an all-round performance, but I've heard that they were struggling with lag spikes during the qualifiers lobby. So yeah, maybe that didn't really help them. An average sum of placements of 9.00 and an average score of 530k. Yeah, it was a bit of a carry performance here. Struggling quite a bit on Hard Rock 2, and I guess getting near top 10 on the Hard Rock 1 and both the DT maps. Getting top 4 on the accuracy, almost hitting 90%. That's really decent as well. And the Nomad 3, again, I would guess it was a bit of a shit miss in the middle of the map. Otherwise, it probably would have been an FC of like at least 900k score. So yeah, I think Henry is probably seeded lower than where he should or could be. But we'll really see during the bracket stage how that's gonna go and if my predictions are correct or not. So let's go into seed number 4, which is just one of the top 3, and it is going to be Welter. Really solid performances, bumping up the average score to 644k with an average placement of 6.45. Getting 4 top 2s, that is pretty insane. Hidden 1, Hard Rock 1, Hard Rock 2, and DT 1. Really cool FCs on both Hard Rock 1, DT 1. I guess Nomad 4 and Nomad 1 are FCs as well. I'm not sure if Nomad 3 is an FC, probably not. But yeah, really solid scores. This is again a bit of a carry performance. You can see Welter definitely lacking on the low AR hidden reading, getting only top 10 compared to the rest of his scores. But yeah, I mean, the rest are really, really decent. It's just the average sum of placements kind of dragging it down because of that top 20. Bit of a struggle on the DT2 as well, but overall, I guess decent on the accuracy pick, which is going to be huge for the back bracket stage. So yeah, as you can see, Nomad 3 is top 11, even though he got 741k score. So it was definitely the easier maps, like one of the easier maps, because Hidden 1 was C2 with less score. But yeah, overall, definitely really solid performance by Walter. I've seen 4 out of the 11 maps, which is kind of insane. This is still only seed 4, but again, I feel like Welter kind of tanked that Hidden 2, and that didn't really help. So let's get into our top 3. Now, who's going to guess seed number 3? Seed number 3 is going to be Les Perry, and again, insane performance, but way less average score than Welter, like almost 40k less average score with 606,000. But again, you can see Les Perry didn't really tank any map, and that really bumped their average placements up. They just got really cool scores overall, got top 3 on Hidden 1 and the accuracy pick with 90.7, and getting top 2 on Nomad 3, Hidden 2, and DT2. The DT2 and the Nomad 3 are both really, really cool FCs. I'm not sure actually if the DT2 is an FC, but it's probably like a 94% or something, because that map was really hard to hack. Overall, really good score on the Nomad 1 as well, the Nomad 2 as well. Struggling a bit on the Nomad 4. I assume that was just a shit miss in the middle of the map, most likely. Same with the HR2. I guess they just broke too often, and couldn't really build up a huge combo. But yeah, overall, really, really solid scores. Not really struggling at any mod. So I feel like this could be pretty huge for Les Perry, and they can definitely get really, really far in this tournament, even into grand finals, into the top 3. I mean, they are seed 3, so that's kind of obvious. Now, let's get into seed number 2, who was just one spot away from seed number 1, and it is going to be MCY4. Again, probably the best all-round performance. As you can see, all single-digit seeds, so all in the top 10, an average sum of placements of 5.36, which is really, really close to Les Perry, but they had a better average score of 622k, and just everything being in the top 10. I mean, really, really solid. Not a single weakness. Nomad 1 being their worst score, which I assume was maybe a slider break, maybe a shit miss at like 2/3 of the map or something. Nomad 4, definitely a solid FC. Nomad 3, probably again a shit miss. Nomad 2, definitely a really, really decent score again, 500k being top 2. HR2 being, HR1 being top 3 as well with 600k. I think that's the best non-FC score. Also, I've seen DT1, which is a really cool score again. Just overall above 400k on every single map, which is really decent on a super hard pool like this one. A bit of a struggle on the accuracy pick, but I mean, it's above 90. It's above 89. Sorry, it's nothing to scoff at. It's just decent. I believe MCY4 can definitely make it to the grand finals as well. And yeah, it's time to reveal seed number 1. And I mean, what can you say? Like, what can you expect when the average sum of placements is 5.36 for seed number 2? What do you think seed number 1 is going to be? I mean, just look at this. Like, what can you say about this guy over here? He FCs 9 out of the 11 maps. Crazy. Or I guess 8 out of the 10. because we don't really count the accuracy. But like just top scoring basically everything, an average sum of placements of 1.27. And that's only because they shit missed in the middle of Hidden 2. They probably could have FC'd. They had like 99% AC, one miss. This is ridiculous. Getting over 1 million score on 4 of the maps. Getting close to 1 million on every single no mod. And getting 600k on HR2, which was still enough to get seed number 1. And getting 93% on the accuracy pick, which again is kind of insane considering A21 got seed number 2 on the accuracy pick with 91.5%. So that's 1.5% above seed number 2 and an average score of 870,000. That's 200k above the second best average score, actually more like 230k or something. This man is unstoppable. He just gets on and chills. He played the qualifiers a few hours after the pool released, probably sight reading every map. I mean, not that he needs to practice. I mean, probably he knows all the maps already. But this is just a crazy performance. I'm not sure if anyone can beat Malishevsky right now. Maybe we can see an upset in the grand finals. I'm really not sure if anyone can beat Malishevsky right now. Maybe on the harder pools or the easier pools. I really don't know. But yeah, it's just a crazy seed number 1. So yeah, just to recap, seed number 1 is going to be Malishevsky. Seed number 2 is going to be MCY4. Seed number 3 is going to be Les Perry. Seed number 4 is going to be Welter. Seed number 5 is going to be Henry. Seed number 6 is Manivat with that crazy performance. Seed number 7 is going to be A21. Seed number 8 is going to be Lolo234, aka Kurumi. Seed number 9 is going to be Defi. Seed 10 is going to be Scrowell. Seed 11 is going to be Deske. Seed 12 is going to be Chests. Seed 13 is going to be Handsome Me. Seed 14 is going to be Vitya. Seed 15 is going to be Arnold, which again, I mean, it's going to be a pretty insane matchup. Arnold going against MCY4 in the round of 16 bracket. And then top 16 is going to be Retro rounding up. So yeah, I'm going to be releasing the bracket and the qualifiers results later today, I think. So yeah, this Malishevsky performance, I mean, it's just insane. But either way, thank you for watching this qualifiers showcase stream, and good luck to everyone during the bracket stage. It's going to be hard, but yeah. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the bracket stages. Goodbye.